as in all situations like this, truth has become first casualty, and we are receiving lots of disinformation from the Republic and from elsewhere. Unfortunately, the word terrorism does not equate to what is happening in Kazakhstan. And this, I presume, has been used to justify calling Vladimir Putin to bring in the Russian troops under the CSTO. To be clear, this is not a black and white protest movement. As the movement has progressed, it has spiraled out of control. Unfortunately, the Kazakh government sort of decimated the systemic opposition, and this kind of uncontrollable movement emerged. But within it, we see various kind of criminal elements, and also some of the Kazakh elites are sort of fomenting further unrest and supporting sort of the more nefarious parts of the opposition.
And you mentioned Russia sending in troops at the request of the president. What's Russia's role here?
Well, of course, President Vladimir Putin does not want to see unrest on his southern flank. Kazakhstan and Russia share the longest contiguous border in the world, which is 4,000 miles long. And during the kind of these hostile relations between the West and Russia, Putin really sees kind of Kazakhstan and the former president Nazarbayev as one of his key allies. So he's really reluctant to see unrest there. As we all know, he loathes these coloured revolutions. So his kind of knee-jerk reaction is to assist, to try and stop the protests kind of continuing and gaining momentum. But as a result of this, there will be a quid pro quo. And one of the greatest achievements of former President Nazarbayev was the way that he entrenched Kazakhstan's sovereignty for 30 years after it came apart from the Soviet Union. So overnight, we have seen this call from Tokayev to Russia, which undermines the country's sovereignty.
So what's next, do you think? How do you see a resolution being reached?
Well, unfortunately, there's no clear resolution in sight. And the arrival of Russian troops in Kazakhstan, a country where the population is becoming increasingly nationalistic, could really escalate the situation. Already there's an internet blackout. There's kind of not much food around or water and no petrol. People are angry, but many of the protesters, there's no way they would have gone on to fight. But if they see the Russians hurting their people, they will respond.